In 2014, I was scouring YouTube as always when I encountered Trains Are Fun, a YouTube channel with train content, specifically more with Thomas. And I came across this video about a company called Bachmann, which made these accurate model trains of Thomas and his friends? What? What is this? This is not Trackmaster, Wooden Railway, or Take-Along. What is this? So, I decided to order a starter set. From that day onwards, 9 years later, this is my model train collection. Hey everyone, my name is Fernando and welcome back to the channel once again. In today's video, I'll be showcasing my entire model train collection. There's quite a lot of models, 32 models and a half in total to see and look. So, without further ado, let's begin this video. First off, let's start with the Bachmann Thomas models. First one up is Thomas. Sadly, this is not my original Thomas as seen in this picture. This is actually a replacement Thomas that I got since my original Thomas, well, he got badly. This is actually the DCC on board Thomas version, meaning that he has actually sounds. The sounds is not too much, only has the whistle and shuffling sounds, but it is a great, nice detail to have. My Bachmann Edward, who sadly is the rarest out of my Bachmann Thomas models, and the one who has suffered the most in damage. Luckily, I have been able to restore him. The only thing now missing are his buffers, which I need to get from the Bachmann replacement store, but not much. Here's my Bachmann Henry. Now this is a kind of funny story with this guy. So when I got him, he ran smoothly. Then he stopped working. Then he worked again. And then he stopped working again. And years later, I take him out and he works again. And then again, he stops working. And now recently, he started working again. And would you know it, he stopped working again. As a result, is that one of the contacts actually got stuck between the wheels all over the years and it's been bending since. I have since able to repair that, however now it's letting it don't move at all, so I don't know what's going on, so I need to check that again. But one of my favorite models. Here's James. James is one of my favorite models at all. He's super nice detail and really looks like the character. I have obviously modified this to look more accurate, but a really nice model. Here's Doc, one of my favorite from Bachmann, and one of the few models that I think actually has a really nice model face. A really nice model and a really nice face too. Mavis. Oh god, Mavis is a beautiful model, I'll give her that. But ever since I got her, she has problems. Her eye mix stopped working, her eyes are sun-faded, her couplings became loose and I lost them, and she doesn't even run. I have oiled her, I have checked her connections, everything, and nothing works. I don't know what's wrong with this model. A terrible model, run-wise, but at least makes up by for looks. Here's my only Hornby Thomas and Friends model, which is just Thomas. I got this from the starter set that Hornby made a couple of years ago that brought Anya and Carol. One of my favorite models, and a fun fact, this was actually my first ever Hornby model along with my 040. A really nice model. Now, technically, this is not a model train, this is a plastic holiday toy train from Walmart. However, I don't know if Walmart just eyeballed it or they actually made this in, on purpose, but the model fits perfectly on my HO scale tracks, and whenever there's no electricity in my house, I usually run this on the tracks. It's a very fun train, not gonna lie. Here's my only French steamer, a 231 K8 Pacific made from Juef. This model is actually 51 years old, making it my oldest model in my collection, and ironically it's one of my smoothest runners ever. I really like this model, it runs super smooth and it's just a great model, great detail considering it's from 51 years ago. British Power, here it comes! This is my 040 that I mentioned earlier that I bought with my Thomas. This 040 goes quite fast because it has one of those pool cam modes, I think it is, I'm not sure. But one of my favorite models, it's based on a real interesting prototype and just looks very fun. Another 040, this doesn't actually have a name, but I gave it the nickname Baby E2 because that is what it is, it's just a baby version of the E2. A really nice model. Here's my A1X Terrier, a beautiful detail model and considering it's being so small. Runs super smoothly without problem, one of my favorites. Here's my Hornby Railroad Range LMS Black 5. The difference between Hornby and Hornby Railroad is that Railroads usually have the price and have the details on the models rather than regular Hornby, which is just very expensive and have all the details you can imagine as possible. But considering this is from a railroad range, this is not bad, considering there's some other railroad models that look terrible. Flying Scotsman. Here's my regular Hornby range A3 Pacific. Sadly, this is not Flying Scotsman, this is actually Sandwich. Yes, that is the actual name of the engine, you can look it up. One of my favorite models ever. Totally recommend if you can find the pack. This is probably my oldest British engine here. I think it's around 40 years old or something like that. But this is a kit built from an unknown kit builder, 060. I believe these are called Beckett? No, not Beckett's, but Beckett's maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure on the name, but a beautiful model. However, it has stopped working. Reason being that the contacts are making contact with the metal, with die-cast shell, and it's causing a short circuit on my layout, so I need to fix that problem soon. Americans, yay! First up, we have my AHM Rivarossi, however you want to call it, GG1. One of my favorite models. It runs super smoothly because it is from the 70s and just a beautiful model in general. Here's my model Power Burton Northern Switcher. I got this from Napa Valley when I went there in July, and it's a really nice model. Super glad I got this guy for 20 bucks. Here's my Tyco Mantua, I believe 040 from the Santa Fe Railway. I still need to get the tender. I have been able to find one, but I need to order it so I complete the look of the engine. Here's my AHM 060 Hercules switcher tank engine. I really like this tank engine. It has a nice livery and it has a really nice name. Fun fact, when I got this it was in mint condition, but my brother dropped a Nerf gun on its funnel and it cracked, so now it's not perfect anymore. Just my luck. Here's my IHC 040 Pensi old timer switcher, one of my favorite models ever. I am a huge Pensi fan. You can even call me a Pensi foamer, you know. But I really like this model because it's not totally accurate to the actual 040 switcher, but a really nice counter of it. Here's my Bachmann 060 switcher. A little fun fact about this story. I was originally supposed to get this starter set, but I got it with my Norfolk Southern set. And my brother got this set, and after years of begging him, he finally gave me the entire set. A nice little brother. Here's my IHG 440 from Janine Pacific, a beautiful model who has beautiful details. A really nice model, I recommend it. Here's my Bachmann Baldwin 460. This thing is so beautiful. It has such amazing details, beautiful smooth running, and just great stuff. If you can find them for a good price, get them. They are the best Bachmann models ever. Here's my Bachmann F9 Norfolk Southern unit, a beautiful model who has still served me great. I had this one for around 5-6 years maybe, and it still runs great. Here's my Tyco 080 switcher. When I got this, it was actually a really bad runner, but over the years I have been able to get confidence and I have been able to fix him, and now he runs super smooth. Totally a great model. Here's a big one, my Rivarossi 464 Hudson from New York Central. This is a beautiful model. Considering this is from the earlier ages where models were not that great, this thing has such beautiful details. It is a great model to own. If you can find them for under 100 bucks, totally get them. They are great stuff. Here's my IHC 462 Light USIR Pacific semi-streamlined from the Hudson. God, that's so long. This model was the reason I got into model railroading actually. In 2020, when I was starting to get back into model railroading, I got this model and I was surprised by how beautiful detailed the model was and how super smooth it runs. Because of this model, I have started the collection ever since. This is why it means so much to me. Here's my very expensive Broadway Limited Imports 462 Heavy USIR Pacific. This is specifically the Merry Christmas one, which is a funky scheme, I know, but I love it. It's just so cool. And it has great sounds and everything. Totally recommend if you can find one. And here is my last, longest, and biggest wheel configuration, steam locomotive, and engine in general in my collection. This is my Mehano 482 Mountain Type Pennsylvania Railroad steam locomotive. This thing is humongous. It has great details, a super smooth runner, a quiet runner as well, and it's just so great. If you can find one of these for under 100 or 200 bucks if possible, and with all the details, get them because they are getting each day more harder to find complete. And that is my entire model train collection. Now, if you have counted, you have realized that I actually have 29 models here, not 32 and a half. So you're wondering, where are the other 3? Or 4 if you count the half, or 3 and a half? I don't know. But 3 are about to arrive. Reason for that is because my birthday is coming up soon, and I have ordered 3 model engines from Haddon's, and they're supposed to arrive on my birthday. I'm not gonna tell what they are, but they all are British engines. And the half engines, because I technically have a Batman Emily, however I don't own it. It's from my brothers and I still keep fighting him for it. I'm begging him to give it for me, but he doesn't budge at all. But it's a great model, to be honest. And that is it, folks. That is my entire model train collection. I am very happy with my collection. I'm very happy to know each and every one of these models, and I can't wait to get even more models. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.